So we're making a salad for lunch today. If you want to lose weight and cut out all starch, just have the salad on its own. But if you're like me and you're going to crave something a little crunchy, we don't want you to have cravings, we don't want you to feel you're missing anything. So just do one piece of just white bread, not brown bread, please. It's too hard to digest. And I have put in here some garlic, a little salt, black pepper, and some olive oil. And then, and then I will just pinch a little bit. I don't know if you know what this is called. It smells and tastes like oregano. I just saw it for the first time in the farmer's market today, so I'm trying it. So I'll just put little pinches of it, and then I have some basil that I've dried from the garden, and I'll just sprinkle some of those on it. The dried basil leaves. So I've toasted the bread. Yes, we're making a fake crostini. So here we go. Yep. And then just stick this back in an oven for just a couple of minutes, and then you have your fake crostini to have with your salad. Here we have the crostini all done, and you can just cut this one piece of toast into 4 pieces, so you fool your brain that you're having, quite a bit of starch if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to gain weight, then maybe you could add some quinoa to the salad. And if you really want to lose weight faster, forget about any of the starches, whether the quinoa or the bread, and just have the salad on its own without any of these added starches. So here we are, ready to make the salad for lunch. And yes, all of this is just for one meal. You want to be satisfied. So in goes the lettuce. Of course, you could tear this with your hands as well, but I find it's easy just to cut them. Yes? And then here goes the arugula. Nice generous portion of arugula. And then we're going to add tomatoes and cucumbers and a few sweet peppers and a little bit of red onions, which are very small at the farmer's market lately because we've been having a drought, so everything is very small. Now, I'm also going to add some purslane, which has omega-3. This is just what was left from last week's farmer's market. And just a few carrots, because carrots can tend to overpower this salad. However, if you're somebody like me who, you like to hear things crunch, then the carrots are great. And then these are just some moringa leaves, and I'm just going to, they're very young and fresh. So I'm just going to cut everybody up in there. Some moringa leaves. You just put whatever you have, however. This is what I have. And then I just picked from the garden some tarragon, and they've got the flowers on them, and so that's going to go in. The stems are very young, so that part I can use. The rest of it, I'll just snip off the leaves. Now, for added protein, I've had some chickpeas marinating in some garlic and olive oil and cumin seeds, and we're going to add that for extra protein. Now, if you're somebody who, remember I said I really don't want you to be craving anything. I want you to feel satisfied and not deprived. If you have a sweet tooth, add some raisins or whatever dried fruit you may have, but not the ones that are heavily sugared. And then, in Jamaica, we're in pear season, avocado. So, of course, we must put some avocado in the salad. And you must be wondering, what a lot of food. Well, it's a salad. It's not going to make it too full, but full enough that you will feel satisfied that you've had, a great meal. And so just put everybody in there. You put as much or as little of each ingredient that you wish. And then I've mixed together some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. And I'm just going to sprinkle all of this over here, but you could use lime juice. No problem with that. I'm just trying to make sure I get the oil out. Yeah. That's it. And you have a wonderful, healthy salad. And if you want to gain weight, as I said, you can have all of this and add some quinoa for extra carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates. And there you have it. And we'll be serving it with our crostinis. I can guarantee you, you are going to be completely satisfied after having this meal. And so, enjoy. Until next time, bye-bye.